Yo, 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 it's Mark Max Terrell. And my opening statement tonight is I don't know what jealousy is, but I know what it's to be jealous of. Mm-mm-mm. Hey, Ninja, I'm doing good. How are you? Good. Good to hear. Glad you're doing good. Yes, sir. Mm, what's it gonna do? I need to check. Okay, hold on a second. Let me just check something real quick here. I have like this stupid thing here. Okay, all right, cool. I was wondering what the heck that notification was. So I asked my mom, she doesn't know or doesn't remember about what my dad did. But what he would say, and you know what, he always does things that you like, and I'm talking to you on your live. Yeah, it could have been like something that, he didn't feel like I said, spirit's gonna say whatever. Like, sometimes it'll never make sense to you, but it's just them telling me like a story. Like he didn't say tell, you what he's doing. He just showed me and I was explaining to you what he was showing me. So it's not like he said, hey, this is a message for Ninja. Tell her that this, and that. It wasn't like that. It was just like him showing me stuff because we were talking about him. Yo, oh my God. This damn dog was snoring so loud. She scared the hell out of me just now. I was like, what the hell is that? This fucking dog. So I'm gonna kick her ass out when I do readings. I'm gonna have to move upstairs, go upstairs and do readings because she's fucking so loud. Oh my God. Holy shit. Yeah, exactly. So like, I always tell people sometimes like it won't make sense to you, but it's just something that they're explaining to me and telling me about. So it's all good. Sometimes it'll never make sense because it's just them telling me a story and telling me what happened, which is okay. I mean, if it doesn't make sense, don't worry about it too much because it's nothing to do with you really. It's just a story that he was showing me and telling me. And that's like a lot of people, they're like, oh, I don't know who that is. So a lot of people have never seen their grandparents. Like me, I've never seen my grandfathers. And the only grandfather I saw when I was 9 months, but I didn't remember. But I have visions of it, you know, like flashes of them showing me what happened. But I never saw him. The only person I never saw was my dad's dad. He died when my mom was pregnant with me, which that story still is crazy because my mom says when she was 5 months pregnant with me, her father-in-law died, which is my dad's dad. He died. And then when I was born, 9 months later, her dad died. So within me being born, being developed and born and then in the world, both of my grandfathers died. Oh yeah, I know what both of them look like through pictures. Yeah, I have both their pictures. I know their birth dates, their birth, like when they died. I have everything written down. Cause like I've always wanted to know that. But I did see both of my grandmas. One of my grandmas lived here. And she lived till 94. And then the other one was in Portugal and she lived to see 82, I believe. But she's the one that pops up in my readings through mediumship sometimes because she looks like those Indian type people. Like her face is like not a womanly face. Like she had like a saggy, square, manly look. She when she was older, she had those wrinkles and she looked like those old Indian people you see on movies and shit from way back. That's what she looked like. I remember her like, but she had blue eyes and she had long, long white hair right down to the ground. It was like a foot off the ground. And one day in the morning, I came there to her house and she was taking care of her sister that was like 90 years old. She also had big blue eyes and she looked like, like they looked like Indian looking people, but they were Portuguese, right? But so she says, "What is this little boy, coming here for? Does he want soup to eat?" Right? And she was like, "No, he don't want no soup. He came here to visit you. This is your niece's son." And she's like, "Oh, I don't know my niece. I don't know him. I don't know what this boy wants. But if he wants soup, like he can eat, we'll give him some soup, right?" And I'm laughing to myself, like, because I know what she's saying, because I knew Portuguese at the time. I was like 10 years old. So when I used to get mediumship readings in the very beginning, I'm got like this little thing back here. Okay, there it is. A little piece of lint. Anyway, so when I was like 10 years old, this all happened. And then when I started getting readings 10 years later, when I was like 20, like I got a mediumship reading from my friend. And she said to me, there's a lady around you and she was always holding flowers and has a garden and that's what she did. Like she loved flowers, gardening. She was always out in the field, picking grapes and you know all sorts of shit. They had a huge farm. They had tons of land. Like, cause her side of the family was huge. It was nine, five brothers and three sisters and her. So it was a huge family on my mom's side. My dad's side, no, but my mom's side was a huge family. And even my mom's current family now is still like big people, a lot of people. And my mom's uncle was living in Fresno in California all his life. And his children and his grandchildren are all in California. So that's why I've always wanted to go to California to like check out my roots from my uncle and my grandfather and my grandfather's brothers and all that. But before my uncle, I mean, before my grandfather left California, he left on bad terms with his brother. So then I was like, fuck him. Then I don't want to go to California, because he disrespected my grandfather. But our cousins that are in California, they came here to visit us like 25 years ago. And we don't even know if they're living or not. So it sucks. Like my mom doesn't know anything. But I have their address and stuff, and I know like their last names, and so like I can probably hunt them down and find them one day or whatever. Not hunt them down, but you know what I mean. Like in a good way. So I would like to find out where they are, what they're doing, see my cousins and shit. No, hunt them down. Not like in a bad way, but you know what I mean. Hunt them down, like and say, where you guys at? I'm your cousin from Bermuda. Yeah, I know. I know you tease. So yeah, I would. That's the only reason why I wanted to go to California to like see if I can find my family, like some of the people that are out there that I don't know. That it'd be nice to find out, if they're alive or like my cousins out there, my family's out there. It sucks. Like, cause my mom never saw like her grandparents, none of them, because the family was huge. And my mom's mom, right, my granny, she had my mom and she was 41 years old, and she was the youngest, like one of the youngest. I think there was like two people younger than her. So that's like years and hundreds of years ago. Like that's like not hundreds, but like it's over 100 years ago that he was in California. So it sucks because I'm 46 and 12 on top of that is 58. So 60 years ago, my grandfather was in Fresno working. Probably no, probably longer than that because yeah, he was like maybe 70 years ago. He was maybe 75 years ago. He died when he was like I think 68 or 67 or something like that. But like when he was in his 50s and 40s and 50s, he was working in California for 12 years. And then he came back on bad terms with his brother because they used to run like a farm, like with raisins and grapes and peanuts and all sorts of shit. And they had a factory and to box them up and all that. So like they had like a multi-million-dollar like industry of shit, like his brother and stuff. Because he married like an American chick out there, and then like that was just like 100 years ago, pretty much. And like I said, my mom's the youngest in her family. She came here to Bermuda because my dad moved here and they were already dating before he left. So then he sent for my mom to come here, and they've been here for 60 years. My dad's been here for 62 years. He got here when he was 18. He wanted to leave because he was going to go in the army. So he's like, fuck the army, I'm going to Bermuda. But my grandfather, his dad, was already here working. Because that's what they do. They migrated, like they went different places to Canada, California, Bermuda. Like they just left because Portugal wasn't really like a place that had good economy and good money and stuff. So they wanted to like, move to another country. But I would like to go to California one day and like see if I can find my relatives and stuff. I don't know, maybe one day I'll get there. I'm hoping to like, but I think this year I'm not going anywhere yet. I think next year I'll probably go for my birthday. I think I'm gonna treat myself on my birthday and get the fuck out of here. And by then, hopefully, all this bullshit will be over. I just got your donation. Thanks. Yeah, I am. I am definitely. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm right now. I'm kind of still like waiting for my sister's divorce to be final. I don't want to leave them here, and I can't leave right now anyway because my sister just got her new job, and I'm picking up the kids from school. So if I go, they're fucked. Like they're gonna have to find a different way of, I don't want to do that to my family. Like, my sister needs me now more than ever. So like I'm the type of person that, I'm not gonna be there for my sister. She wouldn't do that to me. So and I gotta be there for the boys because their father's a worthless piece of shit. So when Christmas break comes for the boys and they're gonna be home, we all might go for a weekend. But that's all depends on if everything's finished by then. Because if it isn't, then it don't make sense. So I might just wait till next year, February, and then just go, which will be here in 3 months anyway. So time's flying. I usually go away on my birthday anyway. So we'll see. I'm gonna travel next year for sure. I'm getting the hell out of here. So we'll see. We shall see. I'm not in a rush to go away. I really don't care. I live in a beautiful place. I tell people all the time, I haven't been away in almost 4 years, and I don't miss going away because all I do is spend money out there unnecessarily, and I don't really feel like spending money. I have too much clothes. I have everything I need. I'd rather be here, I don't really care to go away anymore. I really don't have I really don't have the oomph or the desire to go on a vacation, and waste thousands of dollars for nothing just to go see shit I've already done. So I'm gonna wait and go at the right time. I want to go with my nephews and have fun. We haven't been away in years, so I want to go away with them and have fun. That's what they want. They want me to go away with them and just us three. So we'll see. All right, what is the rest of your year going to be like? All right, let's find out. Okay. All right, so the rest of the year, you can expect to make adjustments, get rid of things that you don't need, what you don't want. A lot of waiting, um, just making readjustments, like having a rebirth period where you stop one thing and do another, or you end one thing and start another thing, or you just say to yourself okay, I have to just, what can I do while I wait? You know what I mean? Yeah, waiting sucks. A lot of changes, transitions, just staying there and just waiting for things to happen. While you wait, you might do certain things and make adjustments, or just reverse the way you do things. Like you might say, you know what, I'm tired of doing that, I'm gonna do something else. Or I do this way, I'm gonna do something else to see how it works out. Like you might contemplate on how you do things differently. I think that your faith is always doubtful, and if you keep doing that, then you're gonna feel that way all the time. So the cards are saying try not to feel stuck and try not to worry about what's gonna happen. And it's saying that you might lose some friends on you from now until the end of the year that you don't need, and people that will show you their true colors, especially a woman. Like there might be a woman that shows you her true colors, and you'd be like, you know what? I thought you were my friend, but you know what? Fuck you. You're not my friend. Like for you to do something like that, then you're fucked up. And that's the Aquarius way anyway. I get rid of people all the time. It don't phase me. Um, but if you feel like your safety isn't really 100% sometimes, or you might feel like you're not safe, or you always say, oh yeah, I gotta lock this. Like you might have this thing where you're like, oh, I gotta make sure the door's locked. I gotta make sure that's done. Like I gotta make sure that this window is closed. Like, I don't want to, get robbed, or I don't want nothing bad to happen. So make sure we close this, or make sure we do that. Like, you might have this thing where you have a feeling like something bad is gonna happen, and you say, okay, I need to double check, because, and I do that like a million times. I'm always like, did I lock that window, or did I lock that door, or I think I left that outside. Let me go get it. Like, always thinking ahead. Like, you might have more thoughts of safety, um security, like maybe like saying, fuck, no one closed this shit, I have to do it. Like, you might have to be like, like the security person. Like, you might feel like you have to do things to feel safe, whatever you want to do to feel safe. Like, like thinking of like things like that. um Also, there's gonna be like I still see here, like someone's gonna try and take advantage of you, or you might see somebody trying to take advantage of someone, and you're gonna be like, hey, no, 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 you're not gonna do that. Like, you're gonna see it before it happens and be like, you know what? I know what this person is gonna do. So make sure when they do it, you say no. Or if someone says something to you, you might be like, yeah, yeah, I know what you're about. Yeah, it could be anybody really, family, friends, whoever. Um, I'm getting like it's if you think it's family, then it could be. But if not, it's not family. But I have to look into that really. But I don't get any family type of stuff, but it's just people around you. Like, they want something for nothing. So if they come to you and say, hey, look, can you do this? Can you do that? Yeah, it could be him. Like, if you want to, like, they might come to you and say, hey, look, I need this, I need that. And you're like, no. Oh, well, how am I gonna get it? I can't go to nobody else. You're my only hope. So you might be like, no, I'm not gonna, deal with you, because I know you're taking advantage of me, or I made a mistake of dealing with you last time. So this could be somebody like in your life that has come to you already, and you've made a mistake giving them something or doing something for them. So they might try again to get something from you, or do something for, get something from you, or do something to you, and you're gonna be like, no, no, I'm not making that mistake again. You're not gonna fucking do it to me twice, you know? So it's like pretty much like dwelling on like who you choose to be friends with, and who you choose to make another mistake with, is what I'm getting. You might feel like let down, because you might not have exactly what you want, because you want too damn much probably. But like, winning the lottery is probably not going to happen, but getting what you want can happen. But you want like an opportunity that's unrealistic. Like, you're probably going to be like, yeah, I wish I can get $1 million in the lottery or some shit, so I can like be secure for the rest of my life. And there's like, I keep getting like a woman that's going to let you down, or like you're going to look at the person and be like, it could be like to do with business, or to do with like, your job. There could be a woman there that aggravates you, or let you down, because of their like the way they are. Or when you hear something about them, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I already told you she's bad luck, or she's bad news. So like, but then like I get like the star card, which is you, Aquarius. Like, I feel like your hopes of people's ways are not going to be like, you're the type of person that is hoping that people actually are decent enough to do the right thing. But you judge them, and you say, you know what, how the fuck would you do that? Why would you do that? Or why are you like this when you can just be normal like me? Like, you might have those moments from now to the end of the year and be like, really? Like, you couldn't do something simple? Like, you guys just do that? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you might have moments where you're like, well, what the hell is going on here? Like, who are these people? And I've been having a lot of that too, like, where I'm like, huh? What the hell? Like, I've been having a lot of those moments. I think you are too. I think you're gonna have those moments where you're gonna be like, am I the only decent person in this world that does shit for people? You know? I feel like you're gonna be like dealing with people, but um I feel like you're gonna make the right choices, smart choices. I feel like you have this will and desire to get what you want. Um, Also, like I feel like your mother-in-law, she might like in spirit, she might be like kind of thinking that hey, maybe I was selfish, or maybe you and her didn't have like a decent friendship or relationship, or maybe this is just like her saying, you know what, I'm not going to be selfish. I'm going to try and help out in spirit. I'm going to try and help, you out and her son out, and like give like small offerings in spirit to you guys. Yeah. But more to him than to you. So that way you don't benefit too much off of it because she might not like you. I don't know if that's true. Like she doesn't like you or whatever, or she didn't have a really decent friendship with her. But like she might be like that. Like as I see like an older lady here in spirit, that's like she's kind of selfish, and self-centered. But if you accept the fact that she's just a spirit and like keep to yourself and just like just like I don't know, like I always say, forgive yourself for dealing with them, you know and that's all you have to do. Like she's not going to ask for your forgiveness, or you're not going to ask for her, or you're probably not going to do that. But like just forgive yourself for like saying bad things about her, or just keeping the peace and just being like, you know what, you're in spirit now, to lose, whatever. Yeah, like I see that that's things that you're going to go through. But I do get that she won't help you, but she'll help her husband. Me, her husband. She'll help your husband, which is her son. Like she'll help him, give him small offers and do things for him. It'll benefit you, but she'll be like, she's kind of shallow about it and kind of be like, she doesn't want to be ignorant at the same time, but like she doesn't want you to benefit from what she blesses him with, if that makes sense. So she's kind of a little short sighted, and she's kind of still feeling kind of grudgeful, especially if you didn't go visit her in the last couple months. She's probably like, this bitch won't even visit me. But that's how people are. They're like, I don't really like spirit. I believe that spirit don't really give a fuck, to be honest. Like, if they don't like you, they're not really gonna, you know, yeah. Yeah, that's if you didn't go see her. Like, she probably would have had more reason to do it. But if you did go see her, but she's still salty. She still feels like, that she doesn't want to like help you in any way, but she'll help her son. But if it makes sense and she's like that, then I still think she's kind of feeling like that. But from now to the end of the year, I don't see nothing bad. I just think it's all like self inflicted and how you feel. And like if you change your mindset to positive and to being patient and understanding that everything's going to just fall into place when it needs to, it'll be fine. But from the cards that I got, there's nothing like drastic or bad. I just think that you have idiots around you. I don't know if like sometimes people like yourself who have what you have, and you have probably more than someone else, or you just have certain friends that other people don't have, and you get envied, you get jealous of, and I said like the beginning of this live, I said that, I was talking to myself on here in the beginning, but right as I started my live, I said my quote of the day today is, I know that jealousy exists, and I know jealousy I don't know how to be jealous of someone, but I know what it is to be jealous of. Yeah. Ah, okay. Well, that makes perfect sense because the card that I got is the High Priestess reversed. So the High Priestess reversed to me is a person who lives by the book. So now it makes sense. She lives by her book and her book only. She's ignorant and self-centered and short-sighted. She only sees and knows what she wants. And whatever she wants is what everybody should be to, as well. So now that makes more sense because that's who I got. That's why I knew it was her because she's reversed here, and that's a person that's passed away to me. That's how I read the High Priestess reversed. It's a woman that's has her beliefs, and her beliefs is her way or no way. And if you don't agree with it, then fuck you. She won't like care about you, or the person won't care about you. Yeah, yep. Her way or no way. It's really sad that people are like that because today, a woman said today to my sister that everybody thinks because I'm single that I'm miserable and I need a man or I need a partner when it's totally opposite. I don't need nobody. I don't want nobody. And I don't want to cater to nobody or to deal with their bullshit. So being single and taking care of myself and loving myself is a better life. And that's what a lot of people like don't understand. You're in a system here where everybody says you have to get married, you have to be with a woman and a man. You can't be gay. You can't be this. You can't be that. You can't be interracial relationships. Like, who the fuck are you to tell somebody what they want to do? People want to do what they want because everybody's different. You can't control what a person does. You can suggest or have an opinion, or you can judge them all you want, but anybody can do whatever they want. And that's like, I don't understand people like that. If somebody wants to be single, fine. If you want to get married, go ahead. That's why we have so much fucking divorces and so much shitty ass people in the world, because you're doing what everybody else tells you to do. Live your goddamn life, do whatever you want. And that's what I realized a long time ago is I don't care what anybody thinks about me. You can say whatever you want, it don't phase me. People talk shit about me all the time, and all the reason they do it is to get me like attached to their energy, so it makes me mad, or they want me to like feel like I have to be like them or do what they do because what they do is right. And I always tell people, what you say, look, there's a card here that I always there's a card here that I always like to say the saying, and it's true, right? And it's right here. The truth simply is, and it survives, believe it or not. Lies need me to believe them. If I don't believe lies, they don't survive my skepticism and they simply disappear. And that's why like I don't care what these people say or what they do. Like lies don't phase me and people will say whatever they want about me and I don't care. Like, and it's not like I'm the hot topic of the year or the month. I'm not really, in Bermuda, people talk shit about me and all that stuff, and I don't really care. And people will probably come on here and say shit, and I don't care either. Yeah, that's why I asked you. That's why I asked you, did you go visit her? And if you didn't, it would have been more of a problem. So she knew you was there, because that's why I was asking you if you had seen her like recently, and you said yes, I saw her. Yeah. See, so that's why I asked, because she was like, you came to see me, or did you? Because I'm wondering why she's so like, mm, and that makes sense. Yeah, exactly. And that's why she's kind of the way she is. And I got the message that I got. But yeah, what about like your father in law? Like, were you cool with him? Because that could have been a problem too. Because if you were cool with your father in law, okay, he passed away before I met him. Ah, okay. So it isn't that then. Let me tell you something. I know you know this, and I know this, and we all know this. Like, you don't like your son in law with good reason. And she doesn't like you because you're her daughter-in-law, and she don't like you either. She don't like you. Like, nobody, I don't really know too many people that like their in-laws and their I don't like none of my brother-in-laws and my sister-in-law. I couldn't stand none of them. And thank God they're not going to be my in-laws anymore. My sister-in-law is gone, and my brother-in-law is about to be deleted from our lives. Yeah, I can feel that from her. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can tell. She doesn't really. I can't see her, but I believe, like, from what I see, like, she had glasses and short curly hair. But that could have been like in her younger ages, because I can see black hair. I don't see like white hair. But like I said, it's hard because people show me differently how they are. Oh, there you go. She had black curly hair, then that's her. That's the woman I see. Like, she looks like I'm getting like a vision of her from when she was younger, not on her deathbed. I don't see her on her deathbed. Like, I see her like, you know, like maybe in her 60s, like what she looked like. Cause I just got like a clip of her. I'm not talking to her, but she showed me what she looked like. I can see her. And she's with like the husband. She's with the husband. He's right next to her, and he's got like a suit on. He has like a stern type of look, stern type of face. He seems very serious, but they ain't speaking to me. I can see them though. Spirit shows me them. Yeah. Like, he went like that. He was like, yeah, don't worry about it. Cause I looked at him, I was like, what's up? And like, I can see him. Cause when I talk to spirit, I'm actually physically there. Like, I can see myself talking to them. I don't know if that's explainable, but yeah, some people wouldn't understand. Yeah, I can see that he's got like a suit on, and he's like clean cut, clean shaved. Nah, nah. I see just like the guy. It's not your dad, though. The guy I see is her husband. He's next to her. Yeah, taller than her. Hey, sweetheart, how you doing? Yeah, he's taller than her. Yeah, yeah. He just presents himself. See, that's what it is. Like, spirit will present themselves, but they don't have to speak to me. You know what I mean? But because their energy is around, I can see like who they are. I can see what they're doing or whatever. It's just the way it is. Spirit doesn't have to talk to me. They're not obligated to talk to anybody. And because you've never seen him and she don't like you, then they're not gonna be like, oh, tell Ninja that we miss her and we love her. They're like, fuck you, you know? So like there's not gonna be no like communication there. You know what I'm saying? And I explain that to people all the time. I'm doing good, sweetheart. Thanks. I explain that to people, and I actually, when I first started doing mediumship, I don't know if you ever saw it, but a woman came in here and she was like, oh, can you please tell me, is my husband okay in spirit? And as soon as he presented himself, he said to me, tell her, fuck her. And I was like, what? And I was like, this can't be the guy, right? And I said to her, I was like, look, your husband don't even want to speak to you. He said, fuck you. Like, and she goes, yeah, I figured as much. And I was like, everybody was like, what the hell? And he said to me that he killed himself because of her. And I was like, why would you do that? And he was like, yeah, she'll tell you, watch. And then she's like, oh, he committed suicide and left a Facebook message to me and my son that he can no longer wanted to be around us, so he committed suicide. And that's why he was like, he was regretting it in spirit and saying like, yeah, tell her, fuck her. Like he had his middle finger up and he was basically telling me, tell her, fuck off. And people were in the chat and they were like, why would you ask for that when you know that guy don't want to say nothing to you? And he had like a kid with special needs, so it hurt him even more to leave because of what she did. And she never came back into my chat ever again. Because I pretty much exposed her and she didn't like that. But I felt bad for the guy because he was like, yeah, I had to leave. I'm with my kid in spirit and I'm gonna make sure he gets what he needs. And he showed me like his kid on the bed. He couldn't move. He was all fucked up and shit. This is like when I first went live and showed everybody that I knew how to do mediumship and stuff. And honestly, I couldn't believe it. Like I said, this can't be real. Like in the guy, yeah, that's them. Huh. But see how she looks in this picture, Ninja? That's exactly what I see, but with glasses, but a lot older than that. And he's like that too, but older. Like this is a young picture of them. But I saw them like this in a older state, like a 60-year-old type of thing. Like, and she had like clear round glasses, not like this, but like clear round glasses she had. And he had like, see how he's nice dressed there, and her, they were like that. Or she had like a dress like that when I saw her, and her hair was like kind of curlier. But obviously, that's a young picture there. But yeah, thanks for sending me that. That just confirmed like I saw who I saw. But like I said, they don't have them. They don't, you know, really know you. Like they don't really care about you like that. Obviously, because they joke. You know, they not they joke. They think that you being the Asian and them being something else is a difference. But my mom, honestly, my mom told me that her mom said, "Don't go to Bermuda and be with my dad, and fuck that guy, stay here. Don't like ruin your life and go to Bermuda and be with this guy, and you can find somebody here and stay here in Portugal." And my mom was like, "Nah, I'm gonna go and be with my man." And she hated my dad because he took her. He made her daughter come here to Bermuda. But then my dad and my granny wasn't really cool, and my mom, my dad's mom, she was the worst. My granny on my dad's mom, oh my god, she was like the biggest pain in the ass in the world. She talked shit about all of us. She criticized all of us. Like she thought she was perfect, and we never really liked her like that. Like I didn't even care about her like that, because she was so negative, like my dad. But my mom hated her. My dad argued with her a lot too. Like in the end, like my dad fucked her off. Like I was like, you're living in my house now, and don't fuck around. Like, yeah, that looks like her right there, but with glasses though. I don't know if she wore glasses like that or if she had glasses for reading. Probably reading glasses, maybe. But yeah, I saw her younger than that though. Like that's her though. Yeah, yeah, that's cool. I like to see pictures of people that I can see in spirit. That's cool. I like that. She seems like a cool person, but you know, obviously she might be, but not to everybody. Everybody's different. Like some people say, "Hey, Mark's an asshole. I hate him." Mark is this, and other people are like, "No, wait, Mark's the best. He's cool." So not everybody's gonna be like good because everybody's different. It's life. Yeah. I mean, I don't get no bad energy off of her in spirit or nothing like that. I didn't get a bad feeling. I just got that there was nothing to relate. But one thing about me, I don't like anybody. I don't like hardly anybody from my family because they're all like hypocrites, haters, jealous fuckers. Like they always had something to say about me because like I'm the last one in the family that hasn't been married. I'm the only one in the immediate family of like, you know, that hasn't been married or don't have kids. Everybody else has kids, everybody's married, all my cousins and everything. I'm the only one. And I said, you saved the best for last. And they used to get mad when I said that. And I said, well, you guys can have children, you guys can get married. I don't want that right now. And if I do, then you're not invited to the wedding anyway. Fuck you all. I don't care about you people. Nah, spirit not in pain no more. That's a physical thing. Spirit will only, never has pain. The only thing that I believe spirit has is like spirit is like, can do they can do bad things and they can do good things. There's still a spirit and spirit can do things, but not in a physical way anymore. Like they don't feel physical pain. They can inflict it though. Spirit can do a lot of things. Spirit's very powerful. Sometimes more powerful than physical presence, which I believe sometimes some are. Sometimes if you weren't like a strong human being in your life and you wasn't a certain way in your life, you can be that in spirit. You can change the vibe in a spiritual way. But some people debate me on it, and I just tell them, look, it's my opinion. It's just the way I believe. So if you believe a different way, I'm not going to judge your beliefs. I just think, what I think. And through my experiences, every medium is different. They see, hear, smell, taste. Some of them write, some of them, are, draw a picture. Some people can just see it photogenically like me, or they just see the person and they can hear him, talk to him. Everybody's different. But there's been a lot of times where, I had to deal with people crying and shit. And I don't like that. It throws me off or it makes me feel a certain way. My friend, she had our grandfather passed away like about a month ago. She's ready to like get a mediumship reading from him and talk to him. So I know that'll be intense once I do it. But the thing is with me a lot, and I always has been, is when somebody passes away. Like if somebody passed away today, I can see them right away. And they'll look at me and be like, hey, Mark, thanks for everything. When I was on earth, you took, you did this for me, you did that for me. Or, hey, look, I'm in spirit now. It's me. And that's happened to me a lot this year, especially when my auntie passed away back in May. The day she passed away and I got the news, I saw her in spirit hugging my uncle. And I was like, look at this shit. This is fucking nuts. Like I can see them and they thanked me for helping them. And, they told me that they were happy to be together again and they'll talk to me, sometime or whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, and that was it. I haven't seen them since. Like they're doing their thing. But I always like when I pray at night, every night and sometimes like once a week, I'll like you know, say thank you to all of them for helping out and to being in, by my side in spirit. Yeah, she's with her husband. I saw them together. So, but that's what happens. Like, it's hard for like a lot of women because they get left behind and their husband like dies early. That happens a lot. It happened to my auntie, and it also happened the reverse way. Um, my godmother, my godfather, he died back in 2001, and his wife, which is my aunt, my godmother, she died 20 years later. So she was 20 years without her husband. And that's pretty painful. That's pretty fucked up, you know. And she said to me multiple times when I went to visit her in Portugal, she said to me, "You know what, Mark? Being single, you're single and you haven't been married. You don't have kids. I never had kids. I consider you like a son." And she said to me, "You know what? Don't ever let nobody tell you that married life with no kids is good, and especially losing your significant other." And she goes, "I don't know how long I want to be alive. I asked God to take my life so I can go and be with my husband in heaven." That's what she would say to me. And she would cry like she cried like crazy for years. She couldn't talk about it because she would like cry automatically. And she said to me, "Mark, if you stay single and you don't get married and you don't have kids, you have no one to mourn over. So I think that's a better life." And she's right. Because she said, "I wish God would take when he takes someone's either one of your lives, he should take both. So that way both of you go so you don't have to be without the other." And she says it's worse for her because she didn't have kids. But she loved kids so much. She loved all of us. But it sucks, because I always hear her words in my mind every day. And she's right. She says a lot. She always said that love is blind and deaf. And but she loved her husband, she loved my grandfather, my godfather. He's always around me too. Like I'm like, you know, the son that he never had type of thing. And I consider them like my godparents and second parents. 'Cause they're the only really aunts and uncle and godparents I have that really did a lot for me. And then my auntie, she passed away, but my uncle's still alive, and he's been without her for 4 years. But he used to beat her. And then one day, he slipped in the shower and like fucked his head all up, and he was about to die. And then his daughter um, went there because he wasn't answering the phone, and she found him on the bathroom floor, almost dead. If she didn't call the ambulance right away, he probably would have died. So I always tell my mom, you know what that is? She probably tripped him up in the shower to kill his ass because of all the shit that he done to her. It's funny, but it's not funny. Like it's fucked up. There's a lot of people like don't know people's lives. Like spirit comes back and will fuck you up and you wouldn't even know. You know? They bring that karma back. Like, they get you. That's why like I tell people like you don't want to fuck around with the dead. The dead's not the spirit's nothing to fuck around with. And I know that for a fact. Because I've seen people get their karma instantly, like when they fuck with spirit or someone or spirits like, you know what? I'm not forgetting what you did to me, so I'm coming back to haunt you. And that's why they have those movies that have that storyline, because that shit's really true. I really believe that, and I know it's true because there's been things that's happened, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know what that's about. Hello. And I think that's why, like, I have the mediumship gift, is because I know they respect me for knowing, and they respect me for not disrespecting them. Because I don't want that life. I don't want the life of spirit attacking me. Hell no. That's the worst life ever. You ain't gonna sleep. You ain't Everything's gonna go wrong for you. Believe me, that's how it works. You doubt that, then you're an idiot. They'll come back and get you. Don't think that you can get away with shit. No, no. Mm-mm. Like I tell people, God sees and hears what you don't. There's like a lady right now. I don't know her, but I know of her, and she's like a real bitch, and she like starts trouble, and she's like no good. And I've already like read about her one time before for this person, and the person told me that she's all fucked up and her husband's in the hospital, and like all of a sudden all this bad shit happened to her. And I said, well, goes around comes around. When you keep doing dumb shit will come back to you. And my mom always said, like, you know before you die, you're gonna pay here before you go. And if you don't, you don't know where you're going to pay, whether it's heaven or hell, or something's gonna happen where you're gonna end up, you know, getting your karma. You're not gonna escape. There's no escape from that. And I truly, truly believe that. I truly believe there is no escape from karma. You don't think you're gonna keep doing dumb shit and not get no repercussions from it. That don't work that way. And that's why a lot of bad shit's happening in this world. Because a lot of people are getting karma for their stupid shit. But people just don't understand. They just don't care. That's why I don't do dumb shit to people. I don't disrespect nobody. Leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. And if you don't leave me alone, spirit's like gonna attack you and you probably won't like it. And you wonder why you don't fuck with me. Leave me alone. I'm a nice boy. I'm a nice guy. Just don't fuck with me. I'm not the one. Leave me alone. Go be with somebody else. Cheers to spirit. Thank you. But the devil is working overtime. Believe me. Devil is working hard. He's trying to get everybody on his side. And if you're weak, you're going to fall into that category. Try and explain that to my sister every day. Keep telling her, don't worry about what her ex says. Worry about what he's doing. His day is coming. And when it does, whether it's today, tomorrow, 10 years from now, it doesn't matter. Like, just get over it. Yeah, she's fine. She started her new job on Monday. Her job's like going okay, but she's very impatient. Like, she wants things like now. And then like he like sent a letter from his lawyer to her saying all this dumb shit. Like the same shit over and over and over and over. Like talking shit about me, talking shit about her, talking shit about how much money he's gonna pay for child support. about how he can't afford that and this and that and blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Whatever, bro. You can lie, say whatever. Yeah, he has more than an issue. He's the devil. That's who he is. He is the devil himself. Believe me. The devil lives on earth. Inside a lot of human beings are the devil. Devil was once an angel. Never an angel. But he is the devil. He came out of one. Been telling people that for years, that he's the devil himself. He's the devil in disguise. I used to tell my parents that all the time. My parents were like, oh, well, he never does nothing wrong to us. I said, of course not. He's not going to do anything to you guys because you don't know him like I do. But yeah, he's the devil himself, believe me. He's very toxic and he lies like crazy. He lies so much, I don't know how he even keeps up with it. But he did some dumb shit recently, and it's actually pretty funny. I almost fell off this chair today laughing of the things that he said about me. It's pretty funny. I love it though. It makes me laugh. And my sister's like mad, and I'm like, why are you getting mad? This is all lies. You're supposed to laugh at the lies. Like it's not gonna. This shit's not even. He just wasted money on lying, so he looks so dumb. Like so, just leave him. Like I can handle it, but my sister's getting like super mad. But not me. I don't care. I'm not phased one bit. It don't bother me. Like I'm honestly listening to spirit and listening to God every day. And they say like, like just don't worry about the lies. Just let him talk. It's not affecting me. It's gonna affect him. See what it is, he wants to provoke me and my sister to retaliate because that's what he likes. But remember what I say, no answer is an answer. And that's the truth. If you use silence as a form of no bullshit, then the person's just gonna eventually be like, yeah, I give up. I can't provoke him. I can't get him to beat me. I can't get him to retaliate. They're not talking back. So now let me go find my next victim. And they'll eventually leave you alone. Trust me, they will. It happens to me all the time. People try to get me and try to get me, like that. Yeah, I never watched the like those Friends things and all that. I never watched that show like that. I don't watch those shows, but I don't feel like people like that unless somebody was getting a reading from. Like if his mom or dad or somebody close to him came to me and said, "Hey, I know of him, but I don't really like remember him like that." I know he was in that movie Friends. I mean, not movie, that whatever, that series Friends or whatever. That shit was popular, but see, I didn't watch that shit. I didn't watch that. I don't watch shows and things like that. I never really. When I was younger, I had no choice because it was on the channel. Like I watched Young and the Restless because my mom was watching it all the time. People were joking about that on Facebook the other day. How the 40-year-olds like me, we had no choice but growing up watching regular TV with Young and the Restless and General Hospital and all this fucking bullshit as the world turns. I know all of them. I knew all the because I had to wait for that shit to finish to watch cartoons. My mom goes, "Don't you change that channel? I'm watching my shows." I'm like, "What the fuck are we watching here? Bullshit." But like my sister and a lot of my friends watch that Friends TV show and they watch those shows, but not me. Like I didn't watch those things. I was always watching sports, to be honest. I don't really watch the local channels and the news. And the only way I find out things is when I go on YouTube. Like I'll find out about a disaster or a death or just look in the breaking news thing, and that's about it. But I don't really like watch those type of shows. People say you're boring. You don't watch that. Like I ain't watching no fucking soap opera shit. I ain't watching this trash. I'm not doing that. I watch sports. That's what I watch. Don't judge me. But yeah, I watched that Friends stuff, and I watched what was the other one? Steinfeld. I might have watched that like going up somebody's house, and they had it on, and I would like just glance at it and look at it, and be like, "What's this? Or who's this fine girl here? Oh dang, who's that?" I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'll watch this for a bit." Yeah, One Life to Live, General Hospital, As the World Turns, Young and the Restless, saw that Bold and the Beautiful. I watched all that shit because I had no choice. But the shows that I used to like when I was growing up was Tour of Duty, Blue Thunder, MASH, like war shit or army shit. That's what I watched when I was growing up. Airwolf, like anything with action or planes or anything like that, or like guns and shit or like war shit. I liked all of that. Like my favorite movies are like all of Sylvester Stallone stuff, like Rocky and Rambo, all sorts of shit like that, like Bruce Lee flicks and karate shit. That's what I watched, but I didn't really like watch like TV shows unless I really really liked it. Now on Netflix, like I watch some like shows like series and shit like that. There's one that's called Outer Banks. Like I love that. That's like one of my favorites. And then the new Karate Kid shit is out there. I've been watching that. I watched some of that today with my nephews. Like all the old Karate Kid people are in the new one. Excuse me. Like all the old characters are in the new movies, so it's pretty cool. I've been watching like the Karate Kid new thing, and then like I said, I watch a few things here and there. The last movies I watched was that movie Mother with what's her name? Jennifer Lopez. That movie was fucking amazing. That's a movie that I can watch again. I don't really watch movies twice, but I can watch that if I had to. It's called Mother, I think, and then it's her as the mother of a child that she put up for adoption, and then she ended up coming back to her, teaching her how to like shoot animals, and she ended up like getting back with her. And Jennifer Lopez was crazy in that movie. She was fucking up people, beating the shit out of everybody. It's pretty fun. That was a movie that I really liked. That's this year. That was probably one of my favorite movies. That and the new Transformer shit. That was hot. Every time I gang to say something or text you, you already say it. Like you mentioned Rocky, I was just gonna text you Rocky. Yeah, I watched the Rocky movies and Rambo. I love Rambo. That shit was I watched that shit. I watched every Rambo movie like at least 10 times in my lifetime. Like if I saw it on TV, I watch it again. But one of my favorite like TV series and shows was Tour of Duty. I don't know if you ever saw that. But it was like the last couple shows were really terrible where like the main characters passed away during like the journey. Yeah, it was really cool. I loved all that like army shit, and even though I hated the army, but I like watching all this. Yeah, it was called Tour of Duty. It was like a platoon of guys, and they went around like on missions and shit in this helicopter and on the ground. It was like an army show. And like in the end, like some of the main characters passed away. I was all pissed and shit. And then the series ended. And then it was the other one, like MASH or whatever it was called. I think it was MASH, MASH. Like those shows came on CBS and like those channels and stuff. And those shows came on late too. So my mom used to be like, "You can't watch those shows. It's too much fighting. You're too young." I'm like, "No, I'm watching this shit." And then on the weekend, we would watch like the Celtics play all the time on TV. Celtics and the Lakers, and my dad used to watch it with us and stuff. Like my dad's a sports guy, and my mom's the soap opera like movie person. Nah, I'm good. Oh, because I'm yawning doesn't mean anything. It's cool. It's past midnight here. It's actually 12:22. Of course, I had to look up and see that. I've been on here for like just over an hour. But I've been talking about like old times a lot. Like a lot of people talk about like old shows and things, and I remind people of what they don't remember. Hey, Rainwater, how you doing? But like if, at our age bracket, there's a lot of cool shows. Like the other TV show that I liked a lot was Three's a Company. That shit was like one of my favorite stuff. It was like funny as hell. Like Jack and those chicks and that old guy that was crazy. Like Three's a Company was like one of my favorite shows to watch because it was like a comedy thing. It was fun. And like that was probably like one of my favorite shows, yeah, growing up. Like funny wise. That and the Cosby Show, Fresh Prince of Bel Air, all that type of stuff was like one of my favorite stuff to watch. It was all funny shits. The Stanfords, like all that shit was funny. I used to watch all of that stuff. Because back in the day, cable was only like a couple local channels. And then once we got like real cable, that's when I started watching all the sports all the time. And my neighbor had like a big satellite dish, so he would invite me over. And they would be like, on the weekend, they'd be like, "Oh, you want to come watch the Celtics game? We want to watch it too, because I'm for Celtics." The wife was for the Celtics, and the husband was for the Lakers. So I remember watching like all the games there when I was like 8, 9, 10 years old. Like they had a big ass satellite dish in their yard, not us. We only had cable, so he would like say, "Yeah, you can come over and watch the game." I'm like, "Okay, cool." But yeah, I loved all the shows from the past. I showed my nephews some like old cartoons that I used to watch on YouTube. They still have like the old cartoons on here. My favorite cartoon growing up was He-Man. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. And I showed my nephews what it was on YouTube because they have all like some of the movie like some of the clips on there. So they were like, "What the hell is this?" And I'm like, "This is what I used to watch." You asked me what I used to watch when I was growing up. I didn't watch all this SpongeBob and all that fucking Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse and all that bullshit. I didn't watch that shit when I was growing up. That's you guys' era, not mine. My era was like people cartoons, like superheroes and shit, not no bullshit fucking screaming ass idiots. Hey, Becca, what's up? Like cartoons now are like trash compared to what it was back in the day, in my opinion. Like it's like, what the hell am I watching? One of the cartoons I also loved to watch was the Gargoyles. It was like dragons and like these dragons and humans and shit. And yeah, the other one was Dungeons and Dragons. It was like so many cool cartoons back in the day. But now it's like all these bullshit cartoons. But like I would say like maybe 15 years ago or like over 10 years ago when my nephews were young, we used to always watch Dora the Explorer and SpongeBob and all these other idiots. And I'm like, what the hell is this shit? Like educational things was Sesame Street was like the most educational cartoon ever. They taught you how to do like spell and write things, and you learn from those cartoons. But these ones here are like, no. I got a very good memory. Oh, really? Oh shit. I guess she changed her mind. Well, as long as it's temporarily. Yeah. Well, at least you got some help. That's nice. You know? Well, as long as she's cool and stuff, that's all that matters. As long as you get along with her, sometimes older people like have a hard time. Like from my experience, I know a lot of like nanas and papas and grandparents, they get lonely like it's fucked up, man. Yeah, she probably like finally got the yeah. That's the thing. She probably was like, nah, I don't want to go bother her. And then she probably was like, can I or what? Like, she probably took the lunge and did, like a lot of older people in that generation, they don't like to bother younger people because they got too much pride. See, like my parents, they're the same way. Like they're like, no, 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 we're fine. No, 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 oh, no, it's okay. We don't need to do that. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, we'll do this, we'll do that. Like they'll offer, but it's like, when they want something, it's like, no, it's okay. You don't have to do anything for me. I'm just an old fart. Like I feel bad for a lot of older people sometimes. Like they don't have nobody. They're all by themselves. I was just finished telling Ninja that my godmother, she was by herself for 20 years when my godfather passed away in 2001. She was 20 years without her husband. She died in like 2021. So like that's fucked up being without like your spouse for 20 years that you've been with all your life. So they have nobody to deal with. They're all by themselves. You know. Oh, you know what? That's at least you're showing like you're. You know what? We were just saying how in-laws. I know you're not married, but like she's your baby daddy's mama. Like well, he looks like an ass because he didn't even take care of his own mom and put his mom there. At least she came to you. Like that's nice, and you're doing a good deed. And I know sometimes it's you probably don't want to deal with that, but hey, you know what? If I were you, like I would just like like that's nice of you to do. You'll get rewarded for that. It's weird you came in here and said that because we were talking about that earlier, like how like people are the elderly and things like that. People are alone, they don't have their spouse or whatever. So I mean, that's nice. That's nice. I would say just bear with it. It's only for a couple weeks. It's only for 2 weeks. So, I mean, well, I don't know how long it's going to be. You said, yeah, we were talking about it for 2 weeks. Oh, okay, yeah. So, even though she's there, she gets on your nerves, you can always kick her out. But it's nice, you don't really have no family around either. So at least you get to hang out with her and have company and have a house with somebody. And Kaden obviously likes her, I guess. All right, Ninja, thank you too. I appreciate it. Good night. I'm gonna get out of here soon. I'm gonna be like my dog and start snoring. Yeah, that's nice. Hi, Cammy. You be a good boy, okay? But yeah, it's it's hard for an old person. My mom called me today, and she says, "Hey, you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm washing my dishes." She goes, "Oh, I hate dishes. I wish I can throw all of them out and get new ones." And I said, "Yeah, me too. I wish, but obviously not." And she's like, "Well, me and your dad went to the store and bought a new microwave, but we don't know how to hook it up. So can you please come here at some point in time and take it out of the box and hook it all up for us?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. I'll be there in about an hour. I'm just gonna grab some to eat, wash the rest of these dishes, and I'll come down there." So I went down there and took the microwave out of the box, hooked it all up, put the dish in there, put the piece in the middle, set it all up, set the clock up, and took the old one, put it in the trash, all that type of shit. So yeah, they went and got it as a senior. They went to the place today and got a senior's discount. The microwave like pretty much died on Sunday. So instead of like getting one on Monday, they waited to get a discount on Wednesday, which is today, which is seniors discount day. And the whole past 2 days, they were complaining, and my dad was so ignorant that he says, "Oh, it's probably the plug, and it's probably like the plug's fucked up, and that's why like the microwave's not working. So I'm gonna take it out of there and put it to another plug." And he did it, and it still didn't work. And I told my mom, because my mom told me that's what he did. And I said, he must think his son's a dumbass that don't know how to do electrical. And who the fuck you think hooked up that plug? And why the fuck you think that shit ain't never done anything? I hooked it up, damn it. What do you think? You're trying to disrespect me and talking about the plug is not working. It's the fucking microwave ain't working. So when I plugged the new microwave to the plug and it worked, he didn't say one word. And I wanted to take his head and put it in the fucking microwave to see if it's working. And I told him, "Really? The plug isn't working." Do you know who hooked that shit up? Me. Your son. That's an electrician for 25 years. You think I'm gonna leave the plug fucked up? Really? Come on, Dad. The fuck is wrong with you? It's the fucking microwave. It's a piece of shit. It's been here for like 15, 20 years. My dad never accepts that things get old and die. Even himself. An 80-year-old pain in the ass. That's what he is to me. A pain in my ass. And he says, "Oh, this is a new microwave, so it must be different. How do you like put 20 seconds on here?" I said, "It's the same shit as the other one. You press time, cook, then you press 20, and then you press start. All the buttons are in the same place as the old one. It's the same shit, just a different microwave." And he's got his glasses on. He's looking like this. And he goes, "Okay, I see." And he presses it. And he goes, "Beep, beep, beep, beep." And I was like, "Wow, it's amazing, huh, Dad? I thought the plug didn't work." I swear if he wasn't my dad, I would have took his head and bashed it up against the damn microwave and said, "Here, knock some sense into your ass." The audacity to say it's the plug. Really? You know who I am? But that's what he gets. He gets karma when he like tries to indirectly diss me. He saw the new microwave work and he must have been like, fuck, I was hoping it was the plug so I can be right for once in my life. Oh, Dad, you're not going to be right, bro. That apple that fell from the tree, it rolled off the hill and never came back. You know what I mean, Rainwater? Would you like a message, Rainwater, if you're still here? Or Becca? If you guys want a message, let me know. Then I'm going to go to sleep afterwards. The iced tea was pretty good. I haven't had iced tea in like weeks. I don't have super chat, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I don't have super chat because I'm not in the United States or Canada. It only works in those areas. I don't have it because I'm in Bermuda, so they don't have it here. The only way you can do it is PayPal me, and my links at the top there. Yeah, that's the only form of payment I can accept because I live here. And plus, I don't have like over like 1,000 subscribers and shit. Even if I did, I wouldn't be able to have super chat because it's only and I don't have Cash App or Vimeo or none of those things because I live in Bermuda. The only thing that works is PayPal because it's an international system. I know it sucks, but that's the only way. I don't know if you have the super chat button there on your side. You can try it, but I doubt it'll work. It'll probably say this does not work in his region. I think somebody tried it, but I don't think it's. I didn't even think the option's there on your end. I'm not sure. I don't know. It might work. You can try it, but I doubt it. Yeah, 'cause I don't see like the $ thing on here, like the super chat thing. It's not on here. I doubt it's on here. No, it's not on here. You're sleepy weepy? I'm weepy sleepy. All right, just got your donation. Thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks, Rainwater. If that was you. I wish that Bermuda had like Cash App and I can have a super chat on here. I wish that I can be available for everybody, but unfortunately, living here, I don't have that privilege. But PayPal works. That's a good thing. All right. Okay. Is my man going to have good luck with his workers' comp suit? All right. Yeah, I just got it. Thanks. I appreciate it. I don't think he's gonna have good luck with it. I think it's gonna be some issues there. It's gonna be very slow moving. Like I don't think it's gonna happen like I don't think it's gonna go the way he wants it to go. I think he's gonna be disappointed, and I think that it's not gonna be great news. Um, like what I get is like something better is gonna happen. Like once this all finishes, like something better will happen where he um doesn't get what he wants on this workers' comp suit, but something else good happens to him right after it's all done, if that makes sense. But like I feel like he's gonna overcome the adversity and the trouble and the decision that this is all gonna come out. And I feel like if he puts in the effort, he will get what he wants and gets what he really deserves. But mm, as far as like gonna have good luck, I would say no. Like I don't think it's gonna go exactly the way he wants it to. Like it might go away where he'll be like, what the hell? And then like he'll get like some bad news or not get what he wants, and then afterwards, right after this whole thing goes away or finishes, then something good will happen right after. Like that saying that says you have to go through something bad in order to something good to happen, you know? It's got to get worse before it gets better. So to answer your question, I don't think he's gonna have good luck with his workers' comp suit, no. But after it's over, something good will happen where he'll be like, "Oh well, fuck it," you know. At least something happened, something better happened. At least like I was disappointed on this, but now possibly something's better now. Something better, a better outcome comes along. He had an amputation of dominant right hand. Fuck, I'm sorry to hear that. I can imagine that. Hmm. I mean, I don't get positive cards like on like him getting what he want. Like if he's expecting like a payout or like something like really good to happen, it won't be as good as he thinks. Like he'll get something, but it's not gonna be like a a huge thing. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if that makes sense, but like I just don't see that. I think that he's disappointed, period, because that happened. But like I don't think that he's gonna like be like, okay, the best thing in the world happened. You know? Yeah. Like if he's worried about like getting income or getting a job, like because of that, like I know when your hands fucked up, you can't really do nothing, right? You know, you have to get like a different job. You know what I mean? Yeah. And what I'm getting is like because of this happening, like I think that he's gonna find a job or get a job that he doesn't need to use like his hand, where like he's gonna have a job where he's gonna be happy having the job. You know, it's gonna he feels like, he's been let down because this has happened to him, and he feels like he can't make, no decent money because he doesn't use his hands, right? So like something's gonna come up where he gets a job where he doesn't need to use his right dominant hand. Like it's a job where he's gonna be happy and he's gonna make money and he'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like I feel like it's just like a mental mind thing, like where he's like, fuck, I can't use my hand, but what am I gonna do now, type of thing. And if he's talking like that, like he's like down and he feels disappointed, just let him know like that when this happens, he doesn't get what he wants from the suit and all that and the workers' compensation, like that he'll get something, I think, but not like what he thinks he's gonna get. But right after that, poof, like he's gonna get like a decent job and he'll be happy. Like it could be something where he does like an import export thing. Like he can work for like FedEx or DHL or like a place that ships things where he doesn't need to use his hand. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna get a job where it's gonna be like something that he doesn't really, need to use his hands. He has to use his brain. You're welcome, and thanks for the donation. But like I said, I don't get nothing like I don't get a bad outcome. I get that after the bullshit, he's gonna get like a job where he'll be fine. Like if he can't work at, for instance, if he can't work no more at the place where this happened, like and they say because you don't have, your hand, you can't work here. Like tell him not to be disappointed that he'll get another job that he won't, that won't affect his, him have not having the hand or whatever. Listen, I know carpenters that only have 3 out of the 5 fingers and they still do carpentry. One of the best carpenters in Bermuda here, he's a Portuguese guy, and I've known him all my life, and I'm cool with his son and his daughter. He did some doors for us like last year, and he only has 3 fingers on one hand, and he has his other hand with 5 fingers, and he was holding the drill like this, like and and he adapted to it, so it's like and that's his life, and he's still like one of the best carpenters. You learn to adjust with it. I know it's fucked up, but. I don't wish that on anybody. I couldn't imagine not having, because I work with my hands every day and I'm always very super careful. But you can be careful, it doesn't matter. Shit happens. Um, you know, it's hard. But there's always a job for people like that. And I feel like he'll get, a decent job, or even if the same job that he's at helps him or whatever, or gives him something different. It's going to be something to that effect. So just tell him hang in there and understand that something, that he doesn't want to happen will happen, like as far as his luck, but he'll get something right after that's like a blessing. So he'll be fine. Just try and convince him that it'll be fine. And I think once, I feel like he'll always be disappointed, obviously, but at least he'll get a decent job where he'll feel okay. Yeah, I feel that way. You know, I know a lot of people who are like that are missing body parts and strive so much, and do things like that. You see people all over the world and online and shit that are in situations like that, and they come through, like they do things, they live their life. You know, I would say it's hard for people to adapt to things because they feel sorry for themselves and they say, well, why me? It's just the way it happens. You got to live with the bullshit and just go and try to be the best version of your new self without that part or without that thing. And I know it's easier said than done because the first thing they're going to say, well, yeah, well, you have your shit. I don't. So you don't know what it's like. Yeah, of course I don't know what it's like. But I'm trying to encourage you to understand that you have to, readjust yourself now. So you could still live a good life, you know? You could still have everything you want. You just have to make adjustments. Yeah. I mean, everybody gets older. Like, as I reach my age now, I'm going 47 in 3 months. In February, when I go 47, I got 3 more years and I reach 50. And my body is not the same body I had 20 fucking years ago. It don't work that way. So I wish I can do more, like, strenuous, labor work. But I can't. My body ain't gonna allow me to do it. Because my body's gonna be like, what the fuck you trying to do? No, 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 no. Hell no, Mark. No, we're not doing that shit no more. And I have to, like, sometimes it makes me mad because I wish I can, like, do the strenuous hard work and get it done and not have to pay nobody or ask nobody to help me. Like, I wish I can still be 20 years old all the time and have 20-year-old power, but I don't. But I'm grateful that I have, work and I can do what I have to do and make money and do other things. You have to make adjustments. You have to make adjustments to life. Anything happens, people get sick. Like you said, his hand got amputated. So now you just have to, like, all he needs is encouragement from you. That's all. You're the person he's with, and the best person is, like, you to, like, help him strive and help him feel better and let him know that you don't look at him in a different way. You're willing to help him, and you should. That's my opinion. Yeah, you have to make adjustments. It's not the end of the world. Just think about it, like anything, it could be worse. It could be a lot worse than what it is. And then you get those people who say, well, Mark, you don't know what it's like. And what do you mean worse than that? What is worse than that? You want me to tell you? Or you just, like, it's going to be an idiot? So yeah, I believe in that God has a plan for everybody, even those who get injured or are in those situations. There's always, like, a way out. I know this girl she was in my school, and she has, like, a deformed arm. And, like, she always hides her arm like this, and even in pictures, like, she hides her arm so nobody sees her deformed arm. And I did, like, a job for her, and I looked at her arm, like, and she didn't, like, really hide it from me or whatever because she knew me and stuff. But she was still, like, kind of, like, embarrassed or didn't really want to show the arm, and, like, but she's good looking and she has a child and she's, like, got a boyfriend, she got her man and she got a good job. She can drive a car. She had a daughter, with that arm. So, and I had one of my best friends, he also had the same problem. He got into a bike accident and he fucked his hand up and his hand don't move. He has to literally pick his hand up like that and, like, put it on the desk or wherever on a chair like that. He lifts his hand, he uses his other arm to lift his arm. He's been like that forever. He's older than me. He's been like that for, like, maybe 20, 30 years now. And he's happy with his life. He always had a job. You just do a job that you can do. So yeah, and I'm happy that you do love him more and encourage him and be there for him, because that's all you need is that one person to encourage you or give you the, like, the encouragement, like, hey, I'm got your back, don't worry, like, don't baby him. But is that's when they feel hopeless, when you baby them and act like they're a baby. Oh no, let me get this. You have to let them do things on their own, like, my friend used to get mad. I'd be like, yeah, I'm got it. No, 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 I'm got it. It's cool. I can do it with my one arm. I was like, all right, bro, I don't want you to feel like I'm disrespecting. I just want you to help. I just want to help you. So, after a while, I didn't even remember that he was like that because he was doing things so much of his other arm. And I'll tell you a brief story before I leave. I'm the type of person where I always have that fear that something bad's going to happen to one of my arms or legs. And I've always been the type of person to do things with both hands. And some people got confused with me. They were like, "What are you, left-handed or right-handed? You just used your right to do that. Why would you use your left?" And I said, "You know why? Because I want to be multi. I want that I want to do the same thing I do with my right. I want to be able to do it with my left. So if something happened, I'll be all right." And people used to think that I was stupid or crazy. But I said, "Look, I like to do things with both. So that way you train your mind to make your left do what your right does and your right do what your left do, you know?" And I did it. I still do it. Like I still have that habit of I'm right-handed, but I use my left to do a lot of things just so like I can make sure if that happened one day I'm prepared. I can do things and not be worthless to myself. The other day I was painting, right? And I took the brush, you know, and I was like this and I was painting down the wall like that with my right. I was going like that. And then I took my left hand, I started doing the same thing, and I started doing the other side. You have a frame like this. So I use my right to do the right side, and I use my left to do the left side. And it came out the same as the other side because I used both. And I knew like, if I keep doing this, I've been doing it forever. So when I do it now, it's a normal thing to me, right? But my nephew said to me, "Are you left-handed or right-handed?" And I'm like, "I'm right-handed, but I use both." He goes, "Yeah, because I just saw you use your right hand for the door and you painted this and now you're using your left." And I was like, "Yeah, because it's good to use both hands." And he's like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "You don't have to use just one, you know. You can make both the same. It's up here." Same thing when I used to play soccer. I used to kick with my right and my left. Even when I play basketball, I use my right and my left. It doesn't matter. Like I use both. That's what they're there for. So keep encouraging him, Rainwater. Keep letting him know that he'll be fine and he will get like job at the same place or another place. He'll still have a job. He'll still be fine. So I wish him the best and I wish him healing energy and I send him healing energy to his hand and stuff. And I hope, he gets better and I hope he gets everything he needs. There's always a job for everybody, no matter what you are or what you do or whatever you have. There's always something. If you hear snoring in the background, my dog is snoring. He's in the background there. All right, it's 1 o'clock in the morning here. I'm going to get my ass to bed. It was good talking to you. I'm glad you caught me live. Rainwater, I know you have difficulties sometimes catching me live. I appreciate the donation. My prayers go out to you and your man, and just keep encouraging him. You're doing the right thing, and just let him know that God has his back. He'll be fine, and just keep loving him and helping him, and like I say, give him encouragement. He's not the only one that's like that. There's millions of people like that, and I admire people with those difficulties and disabilities. They're so they're one of a kind. That's why God puts that on them because they know they can handle it. God wouldn't have let that happen to him if he didn't know he could handle it. So I know he can. I feel he will be fine. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm grateful for all of you. And I know you guys are grateful for me. And I appreciate that all the time. And like I always say, you just got to keep your faith in God. That's all you got to do. That's the main thing. Trust me. Keep your faith in God because the devil's working overtime these days to get you on his side. And you don't want to go that route. Good. I'm glad, bro. Be safe and just know God's got your back. That's all you got to understand. Just keep the faith and everything will be all right. All right. Good night. Take care. And I will see you all tomorrow. I should be here at some point in time. Everybody have a good night and enjoy your Thursday tomorrow.